Hi guys, this is your social studies video for today, Wednesday, 6/10. Last time we left off, we, excuse me, the colonists had a few key victories, and it really boosted the morale or attitude of the soldiers, and they were in good spirits, and a lot of them, their enlistment was up, meaning they could go home if they wanted to, but they chose to stay because they were encouraged that they were winning. So now we're going to go to another key battle, which is called the Battle of Saratoga. Okay, and that's because it was fought in Saratoga, New York. Okay, we're on this page right here, page 170. I'm going to start reading. You can follow along. So in 1777, the British had a new plan of attack. A year earlier, the Patriots failed to defeat the British in Quebec. Now, Quebec is in Canada. British General John Burgoyne took command of these northern troops and led them south from Quebec along Lake Champlain. He planned to capture Albany, New York. Burgoyne expected another British general, William Howe, to come north along the Hudson River to meet him. Okay, so here's Lake Champlain. This is where he was coming down from, okay, to Saratoga. He thought that this other general was going to meet him in the Hudson, by New York City. So this did not happen, but his plan was, by controlling the entire river, the British hoped to cut off the northeastern part of the country off from the rest of the United States. So they wanted to isolate the northeast, where we live, from the rest of the colonies and kind of, trap them. Okay? Burgoyne and his men captured Fort Ticonderoga and then moved on to Saratoga. General Howe was unable to help Burgoyne. King George III had ordered Howe to capture Philadelphia, far to the south. So Burgoyne's route to Albany was blocked by Patriot troops. Thaddeus Koskaku, a Polish engineer, had helped the Patriots by building a temporary fort near Saratoga, New York. The two sides fought there in September and October. An American officer named Benedict Arnold led the attacks on the British. Burgoyne needed reinforcements or extra troops. His supplies were running low. Without badly needed extra troops and supplies, Burgoyne and the British forces were in trouble. Meanwhile, more and more volunteers joined the Patriots. After two fierce battles, Burgoyne was forced to surrender. Okay, so his plan failed. He planned on, like I said, coming down from here, and he did make it down here. He captured Fort Ticonderoga, but then along the way to Saratoga, he was stopped by Patriot troops, and he didn't get help from the other general that was supposed to be coming here, okay? So for number 4, it says, trace the route Burgoyne took to Saratoga. Then write what you think a victory at Albany would have meant to the British. So all I want you to do is trace this line right here, okay? So if they were victorious at Albany, they would have captured New York, okay? That would have been huge because at the time, that's where the Congress was, okay? So that's where our government was. So a victory at Albany would have been a very big turning point for the British, but it didn't happen. Then we move on to the actual Battle of Saratoga, where the the Patriots met General Burgoyne and the British soldiers. The Battle of Saratoga was a turning point in the war. Before the battle, Benjamin Franklin had tried to convince French leaders to help the Americans. The French, however, weren't sure that the Americans could beat the British. After Saratoga, though, the French agreed to an alliance, which is a formal agreement or friendship between countries. They sent ships, troops, and money to help the United States. Benedict Arnold, the hero of Saratoga, later betrayed the Patriots for money and for personal reasons. In 1780, he plotted to surrender the fort at West Point in New York to the British. The plan failed, and he became one of the most famous traitors in American history. So he betrayed his own country. Okay, Washington at Valley Forge. In September 1777, soon after the Battle of Saratoga, the British captured Philadelphia. The Continental Congress was forced to leave that city and move to York, Pennsylvania. Washington's army also retreated, setting up camp at Valley Forge, Pennsylvania for the winter. Camp life at Valley Forge was harsh. Scarce food and a lack of warm clothing added to that winter's hardship or suffering. More than 2,500 men died of disease, hunger, or cold. Washington worked hard to get the supplies that his troops needed. By the spring, soldiers had more food and clothing. They also had help from a German officer named Frederick von Steuben. At Valley Forge, he taught officers how to train their own soldiers. The soldiers' improved skills turned them into a serious fighting force. Okay, number 5, I want you guys to do in your journal, your spelling book. It says, write what a soldier at Valley Forge might say in a letter to his family. Now, just remember, this soldier is most likely doesn't have enough clothes, warm clothes. They might not even have shoes. Lack of food. Smallpox was rampant. They were sick. They were tired. Okay. They were discouraged because they didn't have the supplies that they needed. So think of a letter. Put yourself in that soldier's shoes and pretend you were them. What would you write to your family? What kind of a letter would you write to your family? I want 3 to 4 sentences, okay? And that's it for today, okay? So you just have to do that map. Answer question number 4 and then question number 5 in your notebook, okay? And then next time we're going to talk a little bit how women played a role in the American Revolution, Native Americans in the Revolution, and also African Americans, okay? So hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.